Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this PREXISO 360-degree rechargeable laser level with tripod. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So let's get this open. So we have the level here. Looks like we have a carrying bag, metal plate, bracket, instruction manual, USB Type-C charge cable, and the tripod. Let's take a quick look at the manual. Now I'm not going to cover everything in here, you'll want to read through it on your own. And this is a laser, so you don't want to look directly into it. So this is a 510 to 530 nanometer class 2 laser. Operating range typically is 82 feet or 25 meters. Accuracy is plus or minus 5 millimeters at 10 meters, or 3/16 of an inch at 32 feet. Self-leveling range is plus or minus 4 degrees, plus or minus 1.5 degrees. Estimated battery life is greater than 3.5 hours. And then we have some temperature ranges on there. Now this has a lithium-ion battery, so you do want to make sure you keep that charged up if you're not using it regularly. Here's the laser head here. It shows the different parts. So this is a breakdown of the parts. So this has manual mode, self-leveling mode. So it has 2 horizontal plane modes and 2 vertical plane modes. On-off switch, charge port. This talks about charging it, operating it, different ways to mount it. Let's take a look at the level. So looks like the battery goes in here. Let me look and see where that is. Must have left that in the package. The battery was in the bag, so I'll put the battery in, and there's some contacts in there. I'll slide it in. Here's the USB port in the back for charging. So to turn it on, we'll slide this. And now the laser is on. So when it's off kilter and can't auto level, it's going to flash. So you want this within 4 degrees of level. So if we want to do manual mode, we'll lock it with the switch and then we'll hold down the power button. And that will turn on. Now if we rotate it here, the level is just going to move with the laser head. So if you're putting a stair rail up, you might want to tilt this and have a tilted laser line. And I'm just showing this on my bench now. I will demonstrate this so where you can see the laser and such. So then we can press the power button here to switch between the different lasers. So we had, different orientations and such. So I'll hold that down to shut that off. And then if we turn the switch on the side, we can also press the power button here to switch between the different orientations. So let's try charging this real quick. So this plugs into USB Type-C into the laser head. We'll plug in here. So we're charging, and it looks like it's charging at about a half amp, 0.54. So that can vary depending on state of charge of the laser head. I'll let that charge up a little bit, and then we have this mounting bracket. So this is going to mount on like so. So it will screw on here. This is a 1/4-20 thread. That's a typical tripod thread. And then here we have another 1/4-20 thread, and we have magnets on the back. So you could screw this plate to a wall and place that on there. Now you could do that on a construction site, or you could even have that in your workshop just as a place to store it. So if you have metal studs, you can attach that directly to the metal studs. Of course, this also comes with a tripod. So here's the tripod. It has swivel feet, has 2 extension levels. We have a hook here, so you can hang a little weight there to stabilize it. And this has all the features you'd see on a typical tripod. You can pan, tilt, and extend. So we extend here, and this locks in there. Has a little level on it itself, although you don't have to have this perfectly level. And this will tilt, and this will even move up and down. There's a level there. If we pull this, we can take that off. So this will mount on the bottom of here, and then this can mount on the tripod. So I have that open right now. I'll stick this in, I'll close that lever, and now the tripod's ready to go. So now we can move this up, down, side to side into the position we need. And then to extend these, we'll pull these levers out and these pull out. Now, I didn't mention this is hard plastic here, and this is kind of a rubberized overlay on the rest of it. So the height of this tripod is about 3.5 feet, so it's not a super tall tripod. You could hook this up to pretty much any other tripod with a 1/4-20 thread though, if you do need a taller tripod. Now being lower, it's going to be more stable than if you had a really tall tripod. So it's not necessarily bad to have a lower tripod. And then also you can project the laser on the wall and then measure up or down from it, which is typically how a lot of people do it anyway. So I wanted to take a quick look at this on my bench. Now let's go test this out. Okay, so I'm set up in my garage and I have the laser here with the tripod, and I'm around 6 foot and this is a little above my waist height level. So I'll turn it on. So I slid the switch on the side and we have crossbars here on the wall. And then if we go down, we have crossbars on the floor. So this auto leveled, if we were to tilt it, or even if I bump it, you can see this will move up and down and it will auto level. I guess if I tilt it a little bit, you can see it starts flashing, telling us it's not level. Now I'll hit the button on top. So now we just have one horizontal line. I'll hit it again, and we have a horizontal line on the floor. One more time, and we have crossbars on the floor. And then we have all three. So I'll switch this off. And now I'm going to press the button on top and hold it down. And now this turned everything on, but it's locked in place. So if I move this, we're going to see everything move. And we also have the lines on the ground. And just like before, I can press the button here and we just have the horizontal line. We have the line on the floor. We have the cross on the floor, or all three. So let's kind of show how this could be used. I'll switch to just the line on the wall, and I'm going to use this here to tilt it. This isn't the most precise. It would actually probably be better to turn this 90 degrees and tilt it with the big handle, but I can just use this little knob here and tilt it up. And here we have an angled line. So as I said before, that would be great if you're putting a railing up or something. You could mark the position on the wall for all of your brackets, or you could even use this to hang artwork. If you want your artwork at a diagonal or something, or maybe you're doing some kind of paint design, you could set up a laser for that. So let's take a close-up of this laser, and I'm probably about 8 foot away right now. And here's kind of a zoomed out view of where we're at. We can see the cross on the floor. And if we go up to the wall, we can see the laser line there. It looks to be maybe a 1/16th, probably between a 1/16th and an 1/18th of an inch thick. So if you're hanging cabinets, you set the laser up, and you could maybe try and line the cabinets up with the laser, but I don't think that's an easy way to do it. I think it would be best to take a measure from the cabinet, and your laser will land on your tape measure, and then you can measure from different positions. Or you could angle up and tilt it and put the laser where you want the bottom of the cabinets, and then mount a board on there to set the cabinets on temporarily. And I'll show that on a tripod here. We can loosen up this arm, and we can move this up and down. Here's another place you could use it. We have a door here, and you can run that level up when you're plumbing your door. So you could set this out a few feet, point it at the door frame, and then you can make sure your door is level. Okay, so I have a different setup here. It's a more confined space, and this is easier to show the 360 aspect of these lasers. So we have the 3 lasers here, and you can see the one on the floor, that's going up the wall, and then the one that's going straight in front of the laser, that's going up the wall, and this other one is going around. So if we go up all the way, you can see they go around the ceiling. So that gives us a 360 for each of these lasers. And this one on the wall goes behind me. Now you can see tiny little gaps right there, and those are the posts that hold up the top of the laser cover. So we're back down in my shop here, so we could take the laser head off and put that in the storage pouch here. It has a little place you can put like belt through it. Storage pouch on the side, pretty basic, but. And here I have it mounted up with the magnet holder, so you can mount it like that. And this can actually work as a base in and of itself. So if you want it up off the ground a little bit. So if you're putting base trim on, you could have it on this little stand and have a nice reference around the room. So that's the PREXISO 360 degree rechargeable laser level. I really like the features of this. It's nice that it does auto leveling, but then you can also lock that in if you want more control. It's very easy to use. You just remember that if you want auto leveling, you turn the green switch here, and if you want manual, you hold this down. And I really like this comes with a rechargeable battery. At 3.5 hours, it has good runtime on it. It recharges with USB Type-C, so it's very easy to recharge. A laser level like this could be good for construction work, trim work, putting up cabinets, railings, or other projects like I mentioned, like hanging up artwork, pictures, interior design, things like that. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate it if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.